first photo, as usual, we have the iPhone 10 leaning a little cooler or bluer. In the white balance, this is kind of just a normal thing. The P20 Pro, though, has the most natural bokeh. Thanks probably to that larger sensor, I'm sure. The glass is still in focus, while the background is blurred more than, say, the others are, especially when we zoom in. Now, iPhone 10 still seems to be the sharpest in this photo, but also has the most noise in the background when we are zoomed in as well. Now next,
I've turned the P20 Pro onto night mode, and now let's inspect it versus the other ones. It looks like the night mode kind of made it a lot darker than the others, a little less detailed, etc., which is the opposite of what I really expected. But zooming in still shows that it has a much smoother bokeh than the other devices. Again, the sensor size is probably what's to blame for that.
Next, we have a photo of the skyline of Vegas when I was there for NAB. The P20 Pro is much darker than the others. Zooming in though, we can see that it is a bit sharper when looking at the words of Caesar's Palace compared to all of the others. There are artifacts also in all of the images when we zoom in. The Pixel 2 XL and the Galaxy S9 Plus moved the Caesar sign a little bit, while all of them besides the Pixel let some of the sunset in through the building. I'm going to just blame this on HDR across the board. Now,
the Vegas photo with night mode, the P20 Pro did a much better job with night mode than without in this situation. It just feels like HDR on steroids to me when you look at it. Zooming in though, we still see that it's darker than the others, but I'd say it's probably a little more detailed as well. Now again, artifacts across all of them, similar to before, but a little worse in night mode for the P20 Pro. Side point though, the fact that this is a handheld long exposure shot of 4 seconds is nuts. The same type of shot on a fancy DSLR wouldn't have even produced a usable image, so just want to point that out.
Here is the Eiffel Tower in Vegas. I think we're starting to notice a pattern at this point. It looks like the P20 Pro is darker than the others. Now I'm guessing this is probably an exposure choice by the software at this point. And for this photo, it was probably decided by the software based on the fact that light is pointed right at us, I'm sure. There's still a ton of detail in the shot though, which is interesting. All of them have the same lens flare, or maybe proof that there is life on other planets, I'm not sure, on the top left near the tower. Now the lens flare is less apparent on the P20 Pro than the other devices, thanks in part just to the darker exposure. Zooming in, you can see what I mean by darker exposure, but plenty of detail. All of the words are more readable on the P20 Pro than any of the others, and there is more detail in the iron bars of the tower as well.
Now, using the same photo but with night mode, I have to say that night mode was just perfect for this particular shot. It brought back some of that brightness in the tower and the trees without losing any detail. Zooming in nearly confirms the sharpness and added brightness, and that is perfect for this photo that came out of night mode.
Okay, now this one is a little harder to compare because people are moving and that adjusts how the camera auto-adjusted the shot, potentially. But for the most part, they all look kind of similar. I'd say the S9 Plus and the P20 Pro probably did the best job of not letting in as much flare, although I sort of like the flared shots of the iPhone 10 and the Pixel 2 XL, but that's a subjective choice either way. Zooming in, I'd say the iPhone 10 is probably the sharpest, but the others aren't far behind, including the P20 Pro.
Well, we see the smoother, more pronounced bokeh in the P20 Pro thanks probably again to that sensor size. The iPhone is a little bluer thanks to how its color balance is tuned compared to the others. Again, this is just kind of a personal preference choice though. You could fix any of these more blue or warmer pretty easily if you wanted to. Zooming in, they all look very sharp. The ridges on the lid look a little less sharp on the iPhone, but that's because the lid is tilted slightly, so it's not quite a fair comparison. But everything else in the shot is very sharp on all of them. And the depth of field, you can tell, is much shallower on the P20 Pro. And you can tell that by looking at the straw, as it is starting to already be blurred out, but the front of the lid is in good focus. Again, that having to do with that larger